So if you follow me on this channel, then you must be aware that I've been looking for a very good and a great self-help book for a very long time, but I was not getting any. But you know what? Finally, I found the perfect one. Hi, hello, namaste. My name is RJ Manjula and welcome to my YouTube channel. जहाँ आज जिस सेल्फ हेल्प बुक को हम रिव्यू करने वाले हैं उसका नाम है द पावर ऑफ हैबिट बाय चार्ल्स डुहिग. Now, this is one of the most celebrated self-help books of all time, and Charles Duhigg is actually an American author. He's an American journalist and New York Times best-selling author, and this book is his one of the greatest work, and it is considered one of the best self-help book. It's the most one of the most celebrated self-help books of all time. This book actually talks about, as the byline in the book says, that why we do what we do and how to change that. So this book talks about everything about the habit, like for example, right from forming one habit to changing one and then making some drastic changes into your habit cycle. मतलब कि इस किताब में ना आदतें कैसे बदली जाती हैं ये बात तो सेकेंडरी है. पहले आपको ये बताया जाता है कि हम आदतें बनाते कैसे हैं. हम लोगों को कोई भी आदत, चाहे वो अच्छी हो या बुरी हो, वो पड़ती कैसे है. The book is divided into 3 parts. The first part talks about individual habits. The second part talks about the habits of highly successful organizations. And the third part talks about the habits of the society. So this book talks about an interesting concept called the habit loop, which consists of 3 steps. The first one is cue, which acts like a trigger that, why you do what you do, like, the trigger that makes you do something. The second is routine, the way you do it, like it can be emotional, physical or mechanical kind of a thing. The third is the reward that you get after acting on that habit or acting on that cue. और अगर आपको किसी भी चीज़ को, अपनी किसी भी आदत को बदलना है ना, तो आपको इसी हैबिट लूप में छोटे छोटे चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि ड्रास्टिक चेंजेस करने से भी आदतें नहीं बदली जा सकती. तो इसीलिए आपको इसी habit loop mein, which as I said consists of cue, routine and reward, you have to make small changes in that cycle. The book has an example of an Alzheimer's patient, and Alzheimer's is a disease where one starts forgetting a lot of other things because the memory goes and a certain part of brain cells stops functioning. So what happened, this patient, if you would ask him about his address, that where he lived, he was not able to reply. He didn't know, he couldn't recall, but he always remembered his way, when he would go for a morning walk and come back home without asking his address or without getting lost. So this is the power of habit, that even after his brain cells, his memory cells stopped functioning, it was the habit that kicked in. मतलब आपको एक इंडियन एग्जाम्पल देते हुए आपको बताऊं कि जब आप गाड़ी चलाना सीखते हो ना, तो शुरू में आपका ब्रेन जो है 100% फोकस्ड होता है. हर एक स्टेप को वो रजिस्टर करता है कि आपको पहले गाड़ी स्टार्ट करनी है, गियर पे लानी है, किस तरह से आपको हैंड ब्रेक डाउन करना है, कौन सा एक्सीलरेटर प्रेस करना है, ब्रेक लगानी है और कौन सा गियर कब बदलना है. लेकिन जब आपको रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है, बहुत वक्त तक आप गाड़ी चलाते हैं, तो आफ्टर दैट इट बिकम्स अ हैबिट. तो उसके बाद आपका जो ब्रेन होता है ना, वो इतना फोकस नहीं होता, क्योंकि आपकी आदत बन चुकी होती है उन सारे स्टेप्स को एक मैकेनिकली करने की. The book also gives you an examples of how advertisers also use this habit loop only to develop new habits, to change our habits. Like for example, there's an example of a song called Hey Ya. And this song was researched, and its melody was tested, and music and everything, sound, songs, voices, and in every research it was proved that this song is going to be a game changer. Matlab, this song is going to be a super duper hit song. But every time this song was played on radio, it started failing, and it performed very, very poorly, and nobody knew why. And then the habit loop was studied, and this was proven that what happens when you play music. So as per the habit cycle, your cue is the music, the radio, you switch it on and you play it, and your routine is, maybe you're working in the kitchen, maybe you're driving and you listen to that song, or you play radio at whatever your convenient timing is. And your reward is that when you hum along with that song. मतलब जब भी आप रेडियो पे गाना सुनते हैं, आपको अच्छा लगता है अगर आप उस गाने के साथ गुनगुना सकते हैं, तो आप उसी गाने को गुनगुना सकते हो जो गाना आपने सुना है बहुत ज़्यादा, और जिस गाने के वर्ड्स आपको पता है या ट्यून आपको पता है. तो इस वजह से वो नया गाना जो था हे या, वो फेल करता गया, बिकॉज एवरी टाइम दैट सॉन्ग वुड कम ऑन रेडियो, आपके जो लिसनर्स हैं वो उस गाने के साथ आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पा रहे थे, वो उस गाने के साथ गुनगुना नहीं पा रहे थे. सो इसीलिए वो गाना इतना अच्छा गाना होने के बावजूद भी फ्लॉप कर रहा था. सो हाउ टू चेंज दैट हैबिट? अब ये तो नहीं हो सकता दैट जस्ट बिकॉज दैट अ लिसनर इज यूज टू अ सर्टन सॉन्ग, दैट डजंट मीन दैट यू विल नॉट एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑन योर रेडियो स्टेशंस, राइट? इफ अ सॉन्ग इज गुड, इट डिजर्व्स ऑल द appreciation it should get. So what happened, what the radio advertisers, what they did very smartly, they packaged this song in between two very, very popular songs. So that's why they made a small change in the habit loop. So it was not that they expected you to change your music habits, or you change your habits suddenly. No. So what they did, they played a super, super popular song, then they played Hey Ya, and then they played another super popular song. So then Hey Ya started picking up. So that's how you make changes in your habits. In your life also, you have to follow the same thing, because every time you make drastic changes in your habits, you will realize after some time the habits come back, the old habits come back. So you have to make small changes in that habit loop, and you get your desired result. So there's a very small line, like 2-3 lines in the book that I really liked, and I really feel they summarize the whole book for you. It says, whether selling a new song, a new food, or a new crib, the lesson is the same. If you dress a new something in old habits, it's easier for the public to accept it. So I have to tell you that The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg has become one of my favorite self-help books of all time. And this book actually is very, very practical, full of practical examples, full of practical solutions, and also full of certain case studies which are so intriguing. And this book actually is all about the science behind habits, and that's what makes it like really, really special. So I hope you like this video, you like this book also. Do give it a try, and if you like this video, please like and share it, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel. और अब हम बहुत जल्द मिलेंगे एक नए वीडियो के साथ. Till then, please keep reading and please keep smiling.